and but another one who didn't get much capital but landed in a fairly decent spot in my opinion is Puka Nacua,
Mm,
from BYU, goes to the Rams, and he's a good player, and he had like this a crazy high yards per route run average for his entire career,
mm-hmm.
um, which it's going to translate to the NFL in a certain way. I don't even know how. I haven't really looked too deep into what that would mean and what other guys have had that type of um, statistic going in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a Deshaun Jackson type of player, but I don't know.
What do you think about the
What I,
Rams?
that was my going to be my point, is that I like where he landed, is that
Mm-hmm.
in the Rams wide receiver core, that number two spot is still kind of like open, which is not even a number two spot. It's more of an X spot because Cooper Cup is always playing like the slot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Rarely going out wide. So they need that out wide presence. And Van Jefferson has been okay, but I think that they're looking for that next Cooper Cup, who was like kind of a diamond in the rough type of player who grew into his role. I think that
Right.
they're playing for Sean McVay's offense. There's nuance to every role in his wide receiver trio, and finding the right player can be tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they don't need to be these high draft capital guys. They need to have a certain something that McVay can only see.
Mm-hmm.
A certain tenacity, I guess. And that's the kind of player that Naswa is. He's like an intangibles kind of guy.
I want to hear about what you think about Zach Evans, since we're on the Rams.
Oh yeah, okay. So because I just don't like Cam Akers. I don't think he's that good. I think he's overrated. I think that he could easily lose. He could lose his starting job to this guy. I mean, there's nobody else in the backfield uh, as of note, and he's got great pedigree. And maybe the low draft capital is like the kind of fire that he needed to push him to be a better player. Because
Mm-hmm.
like I guess he had some off the field stuff going on, or had some like question, left TCU to go to Ole Miss for whatever reason.
Who knows? Yeah.
Um, but if he can like get his head on straight, and I say that figuratively because I don't really know him, um, but I think he has the capability, physicality to take the lead role and make Cam Akers the backup.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
he's going to be suppressed because of capital. Sorry, go ahead.
no, no, no. And I mean, Akers, once upon a time, great prospect with great capital. But he's seen his shit when it comes to injuries. He hasn't been great. And Zach Evans is a guy that we thought was gonna get maybe day two capital. And he goes all the way undrafted. Um, all the talent in the world, former 5-star. It's funny we said that about DPJ, but there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot to like there.